So, I've always felt like I've been someone who's been stuck in the past. And I don't think I'm the only one, but I think there's a lot of people that hide it a lot better than others, I guess. Like, I feel so stuck sometimes. Like, my generation and the generation before mine, I feel like we were raised by parents that not necessarily did they have it better, but, things were much different. And I feel like they had better schools. It was, even though there was stuff going on in the world, I feel like it was still, to a point, easier for them than it is for my generation and, like, my sister's generation, and she's 30, which honestly I don't think that's much of a generation gap, but, um, I just feel like, for me, I feel lost. Like, I remember being, being a child and feeling so happy, and then you hit where I am is between adulthood and childhood, and it's really a confusing area. And I know this for me is not a pity party moment, but I feel like things are so different right now for everybody. The world is changing; it's vastly, quickly changing, and I don't think that it's fair to expect the same out of the generations before us. I feel like, I mean, I don't think it's ever fair to to request your children to be someone that they're not, and maybe you don't, really know what that is, but I feel like you have to let your children, your spouse, your brother, your sister, anybody. I do feel like you do need to let them find themselves, but at the same rate, I guess we should feel like we need to let people take a moment to understand us before we jump on that. But I feel like so many people don't get that, the reason you feel so lost, and the reason people from the 80s and 90s and before, anytime after the 70s, that's how I feel, um, are so lost because there's such a generation gap that it's almost like a disconnect with the generation before us and the generation now. And I feel like there's no need to relate, those generations, because though there may be similarities, it will never be exactly the same. So, I don't know. There's a great disconnect with me for the longest time, and I'm starting to realize I'm not the only one that has a great disconnect. I don't feel like anybody's really had a great schooling. I feel like schools have gone to shit. I feel like religion has always been shit, but that's a different story. Um, I feel like there's so much disillusion in this world, and I think that most of the disillusion that comes from this world is disillusion that nothing's possible. Anything and everything is possible, but you have to believe, and you have to see yourself getting it. You have to see yourself receiving what you think is not possible. And I feel like then and only then will it ever truly be possible. I don't know. Just some babble, but I do believe what I have said, even though it's strongly babbled out. Alright, well, leave me some comments and let me know what you think about what I've said. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!